welcome to Cincinnati, Justin. How are you, man?
I'm doing
Everything
great.
good?
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah, we're excited about having you back in town. You've been in Blue October 15, 16 years now? How long?
16 years.
Does that freak you out a little bit? Did you think you'd be doing Blue October this long?
I thought, I always thought I'd be doing Blue October this long. I've been doing it since high school too, so probably about 23 years doing just live music and like singing in front of people. So, and I just, when we started Blue October, the rule was no rules on subject matter and no rules on anything, so except just take care of yourself. Right. And so here we are. Dang, I graduated high school in 94.
Yeah.
Did I? I don't know when I graduated.
We're looking for help on this one. 94.
yeah, 94. Yeah. And it's just I've been doing music since.
Cool.
You know, so yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask you. Your brother's been in the band this whole time too, right?
Right.
Now I talked to the guys from Kings of Leon and a couple other bands that have brothers in the band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I asked him, I said, how is it? And they go, well, if you look at the track record of bands with brothers in it, they usually don't end up well. The Kinks and other people. Yeah. How's it work for you guys on the road?
For us on the road, I think it's for brothers. I think we need to communicate more now at what age we're at, and there's so many things like the business that goes. There's so many things that are happening with the business these days, like say, like when Universal offered us another contract, I turned it down. I was like, let's start a label, you know. And so now instead of just being in a band and making decisions about band, and he's a partner with me on the company of being on the road. He makes sure that I get paid, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And I make sure the songs come out.
That's awesome.
And he makes sure that we all are taken care of, like business-wise. So it's a good partnership in that way. You know, it's just communication is, as from an artist weirdo to a guy who's got his head together, can sometimes go
right.
And it's we love each other so much. We respect each other, and last night was our first night playing without Ryan because Ryan had to go home for a night, and it was really cool because it brought us back together as brothers almost to get up there and be like, hey man, look at me, I'm rocking out a guitar, and he's like, I know, and I don't have drum tracks going, you know? And I'm like, that's awesome. So it was cool. So
did you guys always know as brothers that, you know, someday we want to get out, we want to do this together, or did it just kind of happen like that?
No, I was always the one that wanted it to happen. I was always the one that said, I'm going to be a star one day.
And you are, dude. It worked out, Justin.
No. It's like I was in theater though. I wanted to be an actor, but the more I would write songs, and in high school, he would come to all my shows. Well, I was boys from college, and they'd be in the pit. And they'd be getting their ribs broken. He got a rib broken at one of my shows.
No.
Yeah, it was great.
You know it's a good time when your ribs are broken.
Yeah, my brother would come back to the house afterwards and he'd be like, man, college ain't going so good, you know. I'm thinking about coming back to Houston. And I'd be like, man, you come back to Houston and learn this beat. Ding, ding, ka, ding, 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 ka, ding, 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 ka, ding, ding, ka. Then join the band.
Right.
And he'd literally learn that beat.
No, he didn't.
And every song, if you listen to our first album, every song almost has that beat in it.
Does it really?
But it's solid, you know, and it's got this simplicity to it. And he's only grown since. And he's a great drummer. And he's like my little hip hop clock, you know, because hip hop doesn't have busy drums.
Right.
They're very simple. And but he hits hard, and I like that. Sorry.
No, why are you sorry? Don't be sorry at all. All right, so we were talking, you've been doing this 15, 16 years, or longer actually, 20, 23 years. Give me a highlight, just one thing. You're only allowed to take one memory at the end, 20 years from now, or however long. I know you opened for the Rolling Stones. What was that like? Tell me that much at least.
I had a leg broken, and I was asked to open for the Rolling Stones, and for me it was, I don't know, I might be different, because I don't get that whole, like, oh my God, I'm on the same stage as. I'm more like, you better not mess up.
Right.
You know, like, who cares? Forget about who you just is about to go on.
Right.
Forget about why you're here, because that'll mess me up.
Right.
If I'm thinking Mick Jagger's coming on after me, I'm like, what? So, but I would have to say that was pretty amazing meeting them, because I was like,
right.
And but the best thing I would say so far is just seeing that when you're really honest with your music, I think the best gratitude is knowing that I can say what I feel and tell the truth through art, and what my teachers in art, high school, HSPVA taught me can actually be a career out of being completely making your world into a big canvas. And it's that can actually happen, and I think that's great. It means that I can get married to my fiance. It means that I can have a great time with my life, and then take care of my kids as much as I can.
Absolutely.
By doing art.
Right.
So that's probably the number one thing that's happened.
Well, you know, your music is so personal. Every lyric, it seems, is something you have bled over, sweat over. Is it ever difficult putting your life out there like that?
Yeah, because people, when you talk about yourself too much, people get sick of hearing about it. So you have to balance that out with the people that you know personally, people that you're around, your friends. When they see you, they don't want to always be that guy. Oh, God.
Oh, here he comes.
Here he comes. We talk about him every day. We do interviews about him every day. When we're at interviews, we're asked, there's one word that describes Justin. It's always about me, because the subject matter is. So it's really, I can only imagine what the band must feel like sometime, what my girlfriend must feel like sometime, my fiance, what anybody must feel like sometimes, just being around me that much and having it always be about me. Because if I go, oh, I'm sick, stop it. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be like, whatever, dude.
Suck it up.
Suck it up. This has been about you for way too long. But I don't know if I answered your question.
No, that's all right. That was a good, but I just wonder, like, if you record a record, and say the night before it hits, are you like, I don't know?
No.
Good.
No, never. I'm always the guy that's like, this is what's going to be said, and I firmly believe, like I said, the most beautiful thing in earth is that I can write whatever I want to on a canvas, and I can say whatever I want to as long as it's truthful and doesn't hurt another individual.
Right.
And that's my job. So it's like, I think that's just like, wow. I never think about it twice, but people get scared, but it's okay. If I've always given the people the option, if you don't want to be a part of it, I'm not mad if you back out, because I can understand getting Justinized. It's like, so much Justin all the time, so I can understand if they want that, but it has to stay fresh, and I can't doubt it at all, ever.
Good for you.
Because if I have people around me going, dude, then it totally kills the vibe. It kills the buzz. Then it's like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go, because you can't shut that door, or else you lose your magic and you end up doing greatest hits.
You're
no, yeah, we just talked about that on the way over here.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Sorry, I just babble a lot.
I like that. No, this is good, man. I like this. You got a lot to say. I like that. Let's talk about.
Sorry.
There's more you want to say.
No. I'm good.
All right. Let's talk about two songs, if it's all right. The Feel Again.
Right.
Tell me what that was about, or what was going on when you wrote that.
When I wrote that, it was the beginning of learning. It was the first time I got visitation with my daughter, and it was the first time I had flown up and actually retrieved my daughter. I'd flown up many times and never retrieved her, but first time I'd had her down, and she was sleeping in her bed, her crib, and she woke up in the middle of the night, and I was always in the studio, and I had these little walkie-talkies in the rooms, and so if I ever heard her cry, I'd run in there, and she was like, Daddy, Daddy, and she knew I was talking to it. So I walk in, and I remember it was black, and she was walking halfway, and we went, boom, and we ran into each other. And I was like, baby, you all right? She goes, yeah, I would come to play piano. And I went, what'd you say?
Wow.
You would come to play piano? So I picked her up, and I took her into the studio, and I laid her on the couch behind me, and I was just, and it inspired me. I looked back, and she was like all asleep. She had a ba. She used to call it a ba.
Right.
Kind of a ba. And I was just like, here you go. And she drank it, and she fell asleep, and next thing I knew, I was going, like Peter Gabriel. I just had this feeling of Peter Gabriel. And then this really cool microphone, Jeff Williamson, my best friend and a partner in Up Down Records, that's our record label. He had the best little microphone that he let me borrow, and I just remember going, see the sun. And it was so big in my ears, and Blue woke up and she goes, Daddy, pretty. Oh. And I was like, so it was about that. From then on, I was like, boom. Yeah, so Feel Again means a lot.
You love your daughter a little bit, don't you?
A little bit.
I like that.
A little bit, because the
like
next
that.
morning we're driving to the airport, and she was like, I played it because I can pop on a CD, and she's like, looking out, because we had to go that morning, so it was like 5 a.m. when we were driving to the airport, and we were driving in the car, and she looks out at the sunset, and she was just like, oh, it's beautiful. When she was listening to it, she goes, like she was my partner or something.
Nice.
Like, did a good job.
She is a bit of a co-writer on it,
yes,
right?
she's co-writer. She's got to get 50% of that.
There you go. And let's go back to one of your really big hits too, "Hate Me." If you don't mind, just touching on that briefly.
That was a song that I wrote a long time ago. When you go through life and you're realizing there's some negativity in your life and you want to get rid of it, and you don't want to be that person anymore, and you start fresh and you start good. There's a song about being trustful and honest, and when I wrote that, it was probably about 10 years ago, and I think it was about 10 years ago. I can't even think about that. I don't even know. 2005? I don't know. 7 years ago. It was right. The last song I wrote before I had a 2-year mental writer's block. Right. So I wrote it, and it was like almost like it had to come out. And I remember writing it and going, man, that's really honest, because I was dealing with some demons back then, sure. and but seeking therapy for it. And so when I was singing, the guy called me up. I recorded it. It was 6 minutes and 46 seconds long. And I was like, man, this is great. This is the art song. It was going to be the art song on the album. And then Doug Morris from Universal calls me, and he goes, Justin? I'm like, Doug Morris? Oh my God.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, he's huge. And I should not have been calling me, because I'm like, he's there, I'm like here. He's the bomb. And he's like Jay-Z.
But, he's a big deal.
And he called me and he goes, "Hate Me" is going to be your single. I know it's 6 minutes and 46 seconds long, but we need you to edit it down to 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh, like, that's no problem.
No problem. So we went in the studio, and "Hate Me" was just a blessing, because it was just a song that I got to sing, that my mother actually was in the video.
Oh, nice.
And it was about drug addiction. It was about growing up, and it was about, screwing people over, not doing that. You shouldn't do that, And so anyway, I'm babbling.
No, it's I believe that song has helped a lot of people.
Yeah,
I believe that.
It's. I hope so. I get that a lot. I want people now to know that, like, it's time to pick up the chins and, like, think positively, and let's move forward together. Wow. Not just let's just wallow over all the drama that always happens to us. Because, man, if I had to do Any Man in America again, it would kill me. So it's just.
It had to be difficult.
It was just true. It was difficult to write. Just going, what is happening? Right. And how can this all be happening in the legal system? I need to trust the legals. I can't. Oh, you're quitting? Right. Oh, now I got to hire a new. Oh, God, you're quitting too? What? Because I told you what to do? Because you're my lawyer? Yeah. No, you're just scared. Go. I'll just keep coming back for my daughter. Right. And so I will keep coming back for my daughter. I love my daughter. And yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much, Justin. That was fun.